The end of the year for me is not only a time for reflection and planning, but also a time for backups. And at the end of December, during one of my regular file backups, I noticed a gap in my backup system. The thing is, I have a large number of private repositories on GitHub, while the more recent repositories and the ones I actively work on also exist on my computers. Many older repositories, especially those that are several years old, exist only on GitHub and are not stored locally on any of my machines. For a long time, I thought that by uploading my code to GitHub, I was safely preserving it. However, this is an illusion, because at any moment, you can lose access to your account. This can happen for various reasons, from something as trivial as your account being compromised, to your repository, or even your entire account being blocked or deleted by GitHub itself. Yes, the probability of such events is low, but you should never underestimate the role of randomness. After all, backups exist precisely to minimize the impact of such situations. Hi, I'm Nick, and I've been developing software for over 20 years. On this channel, I share my experience, insights, and thoughts about IT. So, after discovering this gap in my backup system, I started thinking about how to fix it. My first idea was to write a simple bash script that would go through a list of all my repositories and clone them. It's a perfectly valid option, but what stopped me was the need to maintain an up-to-date list of all my repositories. As a result, after looking more closely into GitHub repository backups, I found 3 of the most popular solutions. The first one is using GitHub's own CLI tool. It's very easy to install, and it gives you access to almost all GitHub functionality directly from the terminal. Using this tool, you can fetch a list of your repositories and then clone them one by one. The second approach is using the GitHub API in your own script. The logic is very similar. First, you retrieve the list of repositories via the API, and then you clone them. And the third option is using third-party tools, which, just like in the previous approach, also rely on the GitHub API. To start with, I would recommend going with the first option and using GitHub official CLI tool, and only if that solution doesn't work for you, consider moving on to the other alternatives. After thinking through these 3 options, I decided to go with writing my own script and using the GitHub API. This gives me full control over the process, and it also allows me to extend the script later by adding additional logic. To back up private repositories, you will need a personal access token. You can create one in the GitHub settings. The entire process of generating such a token is described step by step in the official documentation. There is nothing complicated about it, just a few clicks. Once the token is ready, all that remains is to fetch the list of repositories via the API and then clone them one by one. If anyone is interested in my script, I will share it along with a line-by-line walkthrough for my Patreon subscribers in the coming days. I will also include the commands for backing up repositories using the GitHub CLI. So, as you can see, backing up GitHub repositories is a fairly simple task. It does take a bit of time upfront to understand how everything works, but after that, it can be done with a single command. Well, that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you soon. Take care.